My name is Mark Siegel. I'm an employment lawyer at Siegel & Dolan in Chicago. In this video, I will address non-compete agreements. These are agreements that restrict an employee's right to work after his or her employment ends. The first issue with non-competes is that you have to be prepared to live with whatever you sign. A lot of people sign them thinking that they won't be enforced, but that's oftentimes not the case. So be prepared to live with whatever you sign at the outset of your employment. What we do is review non-compete agreements and try to eliminate those clauses or restrict them as much as possible so that you have the greatest opportunities to work after you leave your employer. If you are faced with a non-compete agreement, what we do is try to narrow the breadth and depth of the non-compete. For example, we will try to limit them to a certain radius or time frame so that you have the greatest opportunities when you leave employer to find employment in the same industry. Another way that we help is to narrow the scope of non-solicitation of customer agreements. For example, many employers require that salespeople don't solicit customers after they leave. What we do is carve out the people that the salesperson has brought with him or her so that those people aren't off limits if the salesperson leaves the organization. Just as one example, we represent a lot of doctors who have non-compete agreements, and we work with them to ensure that they can practice medicine as broadly as possible when they leave their hospital. An example of a client that I represented is a neurointerventionalist who I was able to get his non-compete severely limited so that he could practice medicine in Illinois without having to move his family when he left the hospital. It's very important to narrow the scope of a non-compete as much as possible before you sign it. So if you're faced with a non-compete, contact us today for a free consultation.